So welcome to another episode of the things we want to see in FIFA 20. As always, this series aims to showcase the opinions of the people and what they want to see in next year's game. So today we're going to be talking about some interesting things like licensed jackets and tracksuits, signature run-up styles, and more. If you do enjoy the episode, remember to leave a thumbs up for me. Let's get to 600 likes. And if you're new around here and you want to see more of this series, hit the subscribe button today and the notification bell because I try and do one every week. So this series does depend on community suggestions. So if you want to contribute to the series, leave a comment down below or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter and I'll put the best suggestions in a future video. So this suggestion is a really good one. It comes from AFC Gooners AFC. And basically he wants to see licensed jackets and tracksuits. And he supplied a picture of Iwobi. As you can see, he's wearing the official Puma Arsenal jacket. Now these jackets, for me, don't have to really be licensed. They can make them generic, just like the PES ones, where they just have a club badge on them, and maybe the color of the jacket represents the club color as well. But if they're licensed, it's even better. I think tracksuits and jackets would be very useful in career mode pre-game warm-up cutscenes where the guys are warming up, and instead of just having bibs on, they've also got the training jackets, maybe in winter games and stuff like that. And also you might see the jackets before a game when the players walk out onto the stadium and they've got to do the anthem and shake hands and stuff. Maybe they'll be wearing their jackets just like they do in real life sometimes as well. So you can see just with that little brainstorm I did, already I can gather like 3 or 4 different ways to use jackets and stuff. I think it would be a nice little addition. They can start with the Premier League because they have a good partnership with them and maybe work on to other leagues in the future. But I think the Premier League would be a good place to start. This next suggestion comes from Cam and he says he wants to see the commentators say more player names in FIFA 20. Now, some people have been complaining about this. You might play career mode and after maybe 3 or 4 seasons, the commentators are not really saying many player names because some of them are regen players, some of them are youth academy players, and so your commentary in your match is going to be pretty boring to listen to. But also there may be some real world players that don't have their names mentioned by the commentary team. It all comes down to EA making these guys record lines. When the commentators get asked to do these video games, they give them like a script and they have to read off the script. They give them scenarios and they have to pretty much like freestyle the thing that they're seeing on their screens, or maybe even their scripts as well, like a goal or something. So it's all up to EA and getting these guys to record more player names for FIFA 20. So this next suggestion comes from William. He wants to see an online Champions League tournament. So I think this would work exactly the same as the way the World Cup one worked with FIFA 18, where you would go into an online tournament and then the game would find other people who are in like a similar position as you. Then you would verse each other and the winner progresses. I think this could be cool because currently most of the ways to play are offline. The only ways you can play online are through Ultimate Team and pro clubs and maybe seasons matches with your friends. But I want to take this a little further. I think FIFA 19 brought in some cool features with the house rule stuff. When you play with friends in one lounge room, it is pretty fun to play these sort of game modes. But the missed opportunity here is the fact that they didn't take it online. If they brought house rules as an online game mode in FIFA 20, I think you could have a lot of fun. Instead of playing your traditional 1v1s or season matches with your friends, or maybe even your co-ops or pro clubs, you could do matches like long range, survival mode, headers and volleys, first two, and no rules as well. Just to spice things up, just to have a bit of banter, you know. And I'm telling you, if they brought house rules online, you would have the same amount of fun, just like it would be if they had everyone in the same lounge room. So I think it's a missed opportunity. I think they should bring it in as an online mode in FIFA 20. In every episode I try and include some league suggestions, so we're going to run through a few of them now. So we're going to start with a new league suggestion from Albra. He wants to see more African leagues in the game, like the Egyptian League and stuff. Now as I was looking at FIFA 19, I didn't notice any actual African leagues in the game. There's a lot from the European countries, which is expected, and there's also ones from other continents. But in terms of the African continent, there's no leagues in FIFA 19. I might have missed one, but I don't think there was any. And because of this reason, a lot of people for this series have been mentioning to me they want to see some African leagues in the game. So hopefully in the future, maybe they'll get their wish. And Okankaya, sorry if I said that wrong, wants to see either the Turkish League full treatment or the Turkish 2 League. Now, I don't think the Turkish League is going to get a full treatment. I think the concentration is going to be on the Bundesliga for FIFA 20. Maybe, if we're lucky, some sort of Serie A stadium treatment as well. but I don't think that's going to be coming. We have a few more suggestions to get through. Mr. Tomo wants to see the Hungarian League, because in Hungary, a lot of people play FIFA, and the Hungarian club Molvidi is in the Europa League, but not in FIFA. And also Rafi wants to see the Bulgarian League, because FIFA is popular in Bulgaria. So, like I say with every episode, when it comes down to new leagues being added into FIFA, it's all coming down to EA and whether they think it's worth the investment in getting the licenses and putting it into their game. Next up, we have another interesting suggestion. This one is by MDA2120, and he wants to see more signature free kick run-up styles for new players. He said it would be nice if they added in free kick styles for players who have worked with EA, so Dybala or De Bruyne or even Neymar. Now, it is nice to see what they've done with the penalty run-ups this year. They've added new ones in for Pogba, Neymar, and a few other guys I think as well. And of course, with the free kick run-up styles, I don't think they've added anyone new, but they have a few currently in the game for players like Suarez, Messi, Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic. I'm going to put a few actually in this next part so you guys can take a look. So those were the players that have signature free kick run-ups in FIFA 19. Hopefully you guys saw the difference between generic run-ups and signature ones. Now, I think the future of FIFA should definitely include more signature free kick run-ups and penalty run-ups. When you see signature free kick run-ups or penalty run-ups in the game, it looks fantastic because it looks exactly the way a player would take it in the real world. So hopefully in the future we can see some more signature run-ups added into the game. Hopefully some do come in FIFA 20 because I think they are fantastic. So I'm not sure if you guys will agree with me or not, but as a player of both consoles, I play FIFA 19 on the PS4 and Xbox One. I feel like the menus on those two consoles are pretty slow. The UI chugs along. It's been like this for many years now. A lot of FIFA menus are pretty slow. I press a button to change tabs and the menu looks delayed. It comes up like a second later. In career mode, sometimes a few different menus are slow and it just looks like it's just chugging along. Just take a look at the tables one. Look how slow it is if you were to hit the R2 button. Like if you want to quickly flick through, I'm pressing it 3 times for every 1 time it changes. Lucky they brought in that triangle button so I can do that. This is a lifesaver, this menu. But unfortunately they didn't use their heads for the top scorers one. So if we go to the top scorers tab, you can only use the R2 and this is slow as well. I'm pressing it pretty quickly and it's changing once every time I press my controller twice. And they haven't put that triangle button in as well, so I can't quickly flick through the menu option like the other one does. But I just have to put up with this all the time. So this is one of the slowest parts of career mode. And I'm sure Ultimate Team has its delays too, from what I've read. They just need to make it a little bit quicker. Like if you're trying to switch through these tabs here in career mode, look how laggy it is, look how slow it is. I don't understand. Also, another part that's really slow is the kickoff one. So if you want to play some kickoff, you have to wait for this to load up. It takes like a couple seconds. You get this screen here and then you have to pick your controllers. I think there you go. You pick your controllers and then it's got to load up again something. So as you can see, it takes its time. I'm not sure if this is the same scenario on the PC because you can bump up the specs on the PC to a very faster processor and RAM and stuff like that. But on the PS4 and the Xbox One S, I feel like the menus are a little bit slow. I don't have the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro to compare those, but I think from what I've read online, a few people have also said that the menus are a little bit sluggish in FIFA, and hopefully this can be improved, you know. I tried to launch FIFA 19, and it took like 1 minute and 30 seconds just to get going once it connects to the EA servers and all that. If I had to guess as to a reason why it's slow, it's probably because the PS4 has slower specs. But I do play other sort of games and I don't feel this delay in the menus. I don't feel this slowness in the menus. So let me know if you experience this and you feel the same way. So those were the things that I wanted to discuss in today's episode. I found it pretty interesting to talk about some of the topics in today's episode. I hope you did enjoy. If you want to contribute to a future one, just leave a comment or send me your suggestions on Instagram and